Hi guys, I'm Adam Wilborn from WhatCulture. He's Phil Chambers from WhatCulture, and we're here to tell you what went down at the Royal Rumble 2025.
Yeah.
Let's start with the Women's Royal Rumble match, which opened the show and was, well, packed with a whole host of NXT talent. A real showcase.
Yeah, they really spent the time to just display the future of this women's division, which is really goddamn strong, I might add, and get quite a lot of NXT women up in there and give everyone a really good showcase in it. And I think this is, we were saying this on our live stream before, this is definitely Triple H's best Women's Royal Rumble to date.
Yeah, it wasn't just, Julia and Stephanie Vaquero, who are, established talents but have been brought in to sort of give them that WWE seasoning in NXT, or a Roxanne Perez, who's been ready for the main roster since, the last two Rumble appearances she's made.
Third Rumble. But bring her up already.
Lash Legend, we've been saying this for a long time if you've been listening to our NXT coverage, is amazing. Same goes for Jada Parker in there, who looked fantastic. Yeah. And we should, of course, mention the surprises in the Rumble. One, less surprising, we all talked about her signing, and although she tried to say, I'm going to my mum's birthday, Jordynne Grace was in there, and she looked absolutely fantastic.
Goddamn great. She kicked some ass and just looked the goddamn part. She is going to do good things in WWE.
Yes, indeed. And she chucked piping him all over the place. Quick shout out to Chelsea Green, who yet again looked amazing in there and sold brilliantly.
Yep.
The other big surprise, I suppose there's one coming at the end. The big surprise, they got a huge pop, I should say, is the return of Alexa Bliss. Fantastic to see her back. She was there. She brought Lily with her. Yes.
She's a little bit bigger now.
Yes. I've just realised that Alexa didn't get any eliminations, but it didn't really matter. It's all about what she does next. The attire did seem to suggest that she's leaning maybe towards more Wyatt Six stuff than, a lot old Alexa Bliss World Champion stuff. But, she's been away. She's had a kid. She's had some health issues. Just great to see her back. And she doesn't look like she's missed a day, does she?
No, absolutely. She just looked like she was having a ball out there. Just this really, really nice moment for her. Huge, huge pop for her in the crowd as well. It was really nice to see. But we should probably talk about just Nia Jax killing everybody.
So, my queen was fantastic in there. Record eliminations.
She has the record.
She eliminated about 5 people at once, didn't she?
Basically, a bunch of people were like, you tip over. Oh, no, you tip over. No, you tip over. And there was 5 people on the edge, and Nia was just like,
out you all go. Bianca Belair, Naomi, whoever. See you later.
Big names in there as well. Yeah. She kicked everybody's ass. It was really, really good fun to see.
Yeah, really, really good. Trish Stratus popped up as well, got a huge pop. And the number 30, we were looking at it. Charlotte Flair came out at 27. We'll talk about her in a second. Yep. Julia, as you mentioned, Nia Jax, these final few numbers coming out. Number 30, we're like, right, well, AJ Lee maybe, Becky Lynch probably. None of that. Nikki Bella came back big reaction, regardless of how you feel about her. The chat was very much leaning a certain way. But, obviously...
Your wife will be leaning another way.
Exactly. I can tell my wife will be ecstatic at Nikki Bella coming out there. And she was obviously factored into towards the end of the match. But it was all really about Charlotte Flair. It seemed inevitable from the moment we saw those vignettes about her coming back.
Yeah.
And, she did it, obviously. She ended up being in the final 2 with Roxanne Perez. And while she could make a case for Roxanne Perez, obviously, as I said, she's been ready for the main roster for a long time. It just seemed like it was Charlotte Flair's year. Again, is the second one. First person to win 2 Rumbles, of course, in the women's division.
Yeah, breaking that record. It felt like this was inevitable from when those video packages started. They've been hyping this up big time. But I will say, as much as this does feel like a predictable winner, the rest of the match was really, really good fun. There was some good comedy bits in it. There was loads of storylines built in there. A whole bunch of people got a decent amount of time to shine. Chelsea Green should be pointed out for every single time she's on TV, she got to shine. She's absolutely brilliant. But she maximised her minutes in it. I think this was laid out really, really well as a Royal Rumble match. It was really entertaining, fun, and built stories through it, but also left you with the sort of inevitable winner that was Charlotte Flair. But also, she's not been here for ages. She's been out for quite a while now. and it feels like it's a new women's division than it was when Charlotte Flair left.
Yeah.
There's a lot of new matches in there that you can do with someone with the star power and just sort of cachet of Charlotte Flair, and the idea of like Charlotte Flair versus Tiffany Stratton. There's like a one straight off the bat. It's like a brand new match that's never happened.
Yeah.
There's a lot of new stuff you can do with Charlotte Flair here, so this isn't the same WWE pushing Charlotte Flair for the sake of pushing Charlotte Flair all the time that it was like 4 years ago.
And it wasn't, like in previous years, this is the best, it still has room for improvement, I'd say, but this is the best women's Royal Rumble match that Triple H has booked.
Yeah.
I think the thing we've had with previous years is it's so instantly forgettable. They're like, oh, look at these Iron Woman performances, and you're like, yeah, but now else happened in the entire match.
Yeah.
We were watching it going, what am I seeing that as a WrestleMania match? Actually, that's not a bad WrestleMania match either. We knew Charlotte Flair was probably going to win, so you're looking for the other stuff.
Yeah.
You had Alexa Bliss and Liv Morgan doing stuff.
Liv Morgan eliminated her as well. So
Trish Stratus and Nia Jax. What? Jordan Grace, pick your opponent, and Stephanie Vaquera and Julia, who seem destined to fight for the NXT Championship at Stand and Deliver in April as well.
Jordan Grace as well, eliminated by Julia, so it feels like maybe they're going to go an NXT route with Jordan Grace instead of bringing her up to the main roster, but I don't know why, because she's goddamn ready. You may not pull the trigger now. But yeah, it kind of makes sense.
Moving on then to the men's tag team title match, 2 out of 3 falls, of course, between DIY and the Motor City Machine Guns. I really, really enjoyed this. We had high expectations, I think, you and I going in. We knew that they could possibly steal the show here. They didn't quite do that, but I thought they got really creative, and there was a genuine surprise at the end for the third fall. So, quite rightly, the heels, DIY, got the first fall. They did a callback. I mean, it's been done by loads of people. My brain automatically goes to when The Bar ended New Day's reign as tag team record-breaking reign as New Day champions, as New Day champions, as tag team champions,
New Day champions,
as tag team champions by doing the fake tag. Cesaro, Sheamus, that deal. They did that here with Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa. That's how they scored the first fall. Ciampa just nailing one of the Motor City Machine Guns with a knee. Obviously, Motor City Machine Guns leveled it back up with Skull and Bones. And we all anticipated, even though they said they were going to do otherwise, that Pretty Deadly was going to show up and affect the third fall. So when someone hopped up on the apron with their hood up, you thought, here we go. But whilst we were busy looking over there, someone else jumped up on the other apron and nailed a member of the Motor City Machine Guns with a crutch, and it was revealed to be Angelo Dawkins. Montez Ford was the one causing the distraction in the other corner, and we thought, Street Profits heel turn? And maybe not that. DIY obviously got the pin after that to retain their tag titles, but their celebrations were cut short by being killed by the Street Profits with what's left of the crutch immediately afterwards. And it obviously makes a lot of sense that whoever attacked the Street Profits, it was DIY. It was a bit of confusion there, like, oh my God, was it the Motor City Machine Guns? Of course not. It was DIY, and they were just like, well, we're going to screw the Motor City Machine Guns because we don't care. We want DIY to hold the tag title so we can take them off then. But it's nice to see an edge to the Street Profits.
Yeah, definitely. It definitely felt like a new Street Profits, and whether it's going to be, I don't think it's going to be a straight heel Street Profits, but it's a new Street Profits. It's a different Street Profits, and it's an edge to a Street Profits entering a tag team scene that hasn't seen the Street Profits really in a while.
Yeah.
With some new teams in there that they can mix it up with, some new angles. DIY versus Street Profits is going to be really fun. Motor City Machine Guns versus the Street Profits, they'll have to do at some point because they did just cost them the titles, is going to be tasty as well. But I think this match set itself apart on a card where it was the only straight wrestling match on the entire card.
Yes!
And it just had 4 really bloody good wrestlers in it. You can't really say much more than that to it. It was really, really good fun, fast-paced action, obviously classic Motor City Machine Gun stuff with all the sort of tag team chaos, but the ending with the Street Profits really adds a little bit of tension and intrigue into the tag team division that I think it definitely needs.
Then we got the ladder match, Cody Rhodes versus Kevin Owens for the undisputed WWE Championship. And, well, you and I sat here and said, yeah, these two lads aren't going to hold back, are they? And they sure as hell didn't.
It was basically a series of escalating bumps that just got harder and weirder and grosser as it went on.
There was that one early-ish on where, I mean, early on they did the bit where someone just gets like chucked into a strut and whatever, or they twat each other with a step, and you're like, that probably sucks a little bit. Then there was that one that Cody took where his back sort of scraped along the side of the ladder, and you went, that's gonna smart in the morning. And then they just got to preposterous, bouncing off the ladder spots.
Like the one with the ladder on its edge. And
the Kevin Owens one.
Kevin Owens did a backdrop onto it, and it was like he was like bending over backwards over the edge of the thing.
I just realised he had 2 attempts at the package pile driver, and they both ended up absolutely sucking for him. And the first one looked like it was bad enough.
Yes.
But they end up basically, and there was a spot around that, I think prior to that, in fact. The one where I was talking about, where there's the ladder bridge, the ladder and the ring, in the ring
ladder
ropes.
across the ropes in the inside.
And they slam down on that together, and Kevin's holding the back of his neck, and Cody's just laid out. And Sami Zayn comes out to check on his friends, plural. And you're like, what are you doing out there?
Checks on Kevin Owens first,
He did. But the match continues. People get shoved out of the way because they want to continue trying to kill each other.
Obviously.
And they end up fighting on the commentary tables. And it looks for a split second like Kevin Owens is going to package pile driver Cody through a ladder that's suspended between the table and the ring. And then Cody counters, gets him up, Alabama slam, and rest in peace, Kevin Owens. The ladder collapses. You don't see Kevin Owens' head for the rest of the night. No, you do actually. It pops back up and it's covered in blood. He'd been busted open by a spot earlier on, and it looked like he'd, been killed. And Cody Rhodes, again, Phil, we talked about this on the stream, winning, being a hero to boys and girls everywhere, but having that little edge to him.
A little bit of an edge.
Like he celebrated over Kevin Owens' dead body.
Yeah, there was a bit like just before this, like after he took the bump on the bouncy ladder, and then Sami Zayn came out, and then Cody just kind of flipped a little bit, and he was like bashing Kevin Owens' head on the announce table, which is when he started bleeding, making him bleed. But just the way Kevin Owens landed in the ladder in the Alabama slam as the ladder cracked in two and his head just careened into the floor, and literally his head just disappeared into the ladder. It cannot have been a fun bump to take.
No.
But that idea of Cody going to the top, taking the things down, celebrating, and then taking that moment to go back down to the outside to walk right next to Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens, because Sami Zayn was checking on Kevin Owens because he was dead, and posing right above the both of them. That thing that CM Punk said on SmackDown, or whatever it was, about, the titles start to get to you after a while. It might be starting to get to him.
Yes. And we thought that might lead into the men's Royal Rumble match and who was going to go on to the main event of WrestleMania.
You would think so.
And then the winner happened. We will get to that. And, unpredictable sure is the word. But I've got to say, this far and away is the best Royal Rumble match that Triple H has booked. By a country mile. You may not like the finish, you may not like the winner, but you cannot argue with the bulk of this match, because I'll actually remember it tomorrow.
This is the biggest thing.
For 2 years, yeah.
Yeah, for both of these Royal Rumble matches on this show, you will remember a bunch of things in them. They were the women's one was really good fun, had some comedy spots, had some good action, had some good stories. Winner was very predictable, let's face it. This one had loads of stories going through it, had some fun bits, had some comedy bits. It was a fun, well-paced Royal Rumble match with an absolutely mental winner. It just came out of nowhere. So you can't say it's predictable.
Yeah, you can't say it's too swervy for its own good, or it's too predictable. I don't know what it is, but we should dive into it, because like you say, especially because there was a lot less surprises in this match.
Yes.
We were sat there going, by about entry number 20... Well, it was after Dirty Dom, wasn't it?
We knew
after Dirty Dom, we were like, we know all the other people who've declared, so there'll be no more surprises here. And you weren't even really bothered by that, because you're looking, going, look how many of these people that are going to be in it. A lot more eliminations early on. There was barely a time when there was more than 8 wrestlers in the ring. But the fact, you knew it was going to be good when they started off and went 1 and 2, Rey Mysterio and Penta.
Yes.
Perfect.
Beautiful.
Set it up really well.
And then bringing Chad Gable out straight after into the middle of some luchadors so he can hate on some more luchadors. Just really, really good fun stuff. And then they kind of built it up with the luchadors, and just basically Chad Gable was surrounded by luchadors.
Yes.
It seems like his least favourite thing in the world. But then we need to talk about Otis.
Yeah, Otis comes out. He has a collar now on his wrestling gear, apparently.
His gear is incredible. I don't know what it is. I love it.
And he slapped the taste out of Chad Gable's mouth, and you thought, maybe this is all over, man. They are still revisiting this, and I still hope that they do, because I think it's such an easy WrestleMania match to chuck on, even if it's just a 5-minute affair. It's a story that they've told a million times. Never mind about all that, though, because here comes Bron Breakker to kill everybody.
Obviously.
If he only got 4 eliminations, it felt like he eliminated half the field.
Like he eliminated half the field, but he eliminated one person in particular.
I can't believe I'm about to say this.
Might be one of the best Rumble eliminations of all time.
I think, yeah, so to fill you in on what happened, Bron Breakker comes out at 7, the ring's full of people. No one I think had been eliminated by that point.
No.
And then Bron comes out, kills some people, Melo's gone, Santos is gone, etc.
Yeah.
Entry number 8, Akira Tozawa, and you're like, Melo had gone because Melo's walking to the back and he's like, I'm not letting this twat get in the ring. Wham! Nails him. They help him to the back. They're like, oh no, he can't even see straight. You'll have to go out, mate. And the camera pans round and it's iShow Speed who's doing like a live stream thing for the show. He's like, oh bollocks, okay, let's go. And we're like, what? And then he goes out and he gets an elimination. Him and Bron Breakker team up to eliminate Otis and we're like, what is going on here? And everyone's ready to bury it. Everyone is hating it already in the comments. And then in one moment, everyone's opinion completely changed on this because he does the elimination. He turns around, he does the Cristiano Ronaldo.
And you just see Bron Breakker building up Speed.
And he has... Phil Chambers is Bron Breakker in this scenario. I'll be iShow Speed. He has barely turned around before he is cut in half by Bron Breakker. And not only that, he is thrown to the outside. And what happens, Phil Chambers?
Otis, having previously been just eliminated, catches iShow Speed on his shoulders. And you think, oh, that's nice, he's caught him. No. Over the top he goes onto the announce table. Get out of here, iShow Speed. It was one of the best spears because Bron Breakker did not hold back. He nailed him with it.
Yeah.
And just the fact
hope you've got insurance with this celebrity.
Which I think Otis technically will have eliminated him because Bron threw him out.
Oh, yeah.
But Otis caught him, so his feet hadn't touched the floor. So Otis was the one who eliminated him. So
it is gone down on Wikipedia at least right now as Bron Breakker and Otis.
I think that's right.
What a team.
That's Otis.
Yes. So then more people joined. Sheamus, Jey Uso, Andrade. They fell into the ring for Jacob Fatu to come in and kill everyone, which he does as well. There's a stare down with him and Bron Breakker because obviously there is.
Of course.
He gets a load of eliminations as well.
Ludwig Kaiser has a lovely moment, speaking of maximising your minutes, of coming out and he's like, I'm not going in the ring. I'm clever. I'm the smart guy. I'm going to wait for my moment.
Jacob Fatu's in there.
Yeah, I'm not going to go in with these crazy bastards. He waits for his moment and then immediately gets taken out by Penta.
The Miz thought it was a good idea to try and fight Jacob Fatu early on as well. It wasn't. But then, entry number 15, say his name and he appears. Biggest pop of the night.
Even Joe Hendry.
Joe Hendry, I think, got the biggest pop of the night. He came in.
Got the biggest pop from us. I'll tell you that much.
He came in, did his thing. Great reaction for him, of course.
Yeah.
And then he went toe-to-toe with Roman Reigns, who was the next person out there. What a sentence that is.
Ridiculous.
You said earlier on in the night, there we have Trish Stratus and Jordan Grace fighting each other.
Yeah.
There we have Joe Hendry, TNA champion, fighting Roman Reigns.
What a goddamn world. Massive shout out to Joe Hendry, though. Obviously, an ex-WCPW guy, an ex-WhatCulture guy.
Yes! Former colleague!
Former colleague of ours, which is insane to say. So a massive shout out to Joe Hendry for getting his goddamn flowers and getting on this card. Such a great moment for him.
So we get a return for AJ Styles later on, which was great to see. Finn Balor came out as well. I should mention him because he's obviously been away as well. It was like Roman, Drew, Finn Balor.
They stacked the deck.
And then there was another bit. Braun Strowman came back. He's not dead. He, in fact, eliminated Jacob Fatu, who flipped out at ringside. Yeah. And I, for a split second, thought he was going to attack entry number 23, John Cena.
He was lucking.
But John Cena comes in and there's a sort of moment with him and Roman, and then does a countdown. CM Punk comes out. There's a moment with them and Drew and what have you. Another countdown. Seth freaking Rollins comes out.
Escalation.
What? This is a ridiculously stacked field. Spoiler alert, none of those are winning the Rumble, by the way. Then Dirty Dom comes out and tries to do the Three Amigos on Roman Reigns. Dirty Dom is the best. I love him so much.
Goddamn kiss.
Sami Zayn was out there. He haluva kicks Seth Rollins deliberately, but then accidentally gets eliminated by Jey Uso.
Yeah.
And then, like you said, we knew that that's people who they were going to be. Damian Priest, LA Knight.
Yeah.
And entry number 30, Logan Paul. People were pissed off. You shouldn't be surprised. He'd already declared. We knew what the number game was going to be. But you and I sat there, and I think the final 6, if I'm not mistaken, were John Cena, CM Punk, Roman Reigns, Seth freaking Rollins, Logan Paul,
and Jey Uso.
Jey Uso.
Yeah.
Now, I'll be honest, I thought it was going to go a particular way there. Yeah. I think most people thought it was going to go a particular way there. It was 1 from 3. That didn't happen, did it, Phil?
No, because all chaos broke loose. And I don't know what WWE were thinking.
Or where we go from here.
You know what everyone was thinking about what would happen in this Royal Rumble? What if we just threw all of that out, got rid of everything, and just went a completely different way that nobody has ever thought of?
Yes, so you have...
And that's the way they went.
You have, like, Seth Rollins is handing out curb stomps to everybody, and then him and Roman Reigns, there's a wonderful moment again, and they're fighting, and it looks like Seth's going to clothesline Roman over the top rope, and then Roman ducks, and Roman clotheslines clotheslines Seth, and Seth is like battling with him, still holding on, and you think, right, here comes CM Punk, and CM Punk does the thing, gets both men, tips their legs over, and you think, right, there we have it. The final 4, it's going to be Punk and Cena, and that's your final 2. And Logan Paul grabs CM Punk and flips him out. CM Punk's been eliminated by Logan Paul, and then Punk and Seth and Roman can't stop fighting and trying to kill each other at ringside, and we're there going,
what's going on?
Sorry, it's Jey Uso, Logan Paul, and John Cena. Well, at least at that moment, I'll hand over to you now, Phil Chambers. At least at that moment, we knew how that was going to play out, right?
Well, we thought we did. We assumed it was going to be John Cena, because they're like, oh, well, now it's John Cena, and that's the end of the Royal Rumble. But no, well, at least they got Logan Paul out of the way
yes,
quickly,
thank God.
Which is nice. Thanks for that. But it left us with John Cena versus Jey Uso as the final 2. And they fought for a couple of minutes, back and forth, obviously, trying to get the other one out the top rope, Both ended up over the top rope on the hardcam side, fighting back and forth. John Cena got him up. You think this is it. They're going to do it. AA onto the ring apron, down goes Jey. But no, because Jey manages to wiggle back over the ropes into the ring and just push John. And he falls down, lands on his feet and goes, oh crap, I've lost.
And the bell rings and we go...
And Jey Uso won the Men's Royal Rumble.
He was like... I love Jey Uso. I think he's had an incredible over a year.
Yeah, he is.
He's main event Jey Uso.
Yeah.
Everyone's eating at the end, and we're still sat here going... He wasn't in like the top 10 picks of people in this Royal Rumble.
You'd run through people at the beginning of this going like there's like CM Punk, like you could see like a top tier winner, but there's like a bunch of people that you could feasibly see winning it. You've got CM Punk, you've got Roman Reigns, you've got John Cena, you've got Seth Rollins,
Drew McIntyre,
potentially Sami Zayn. They're going to throw something kind of like a little bit of a wild card. If Sami Zayn is your wild card option, where is Jey Uso? I don't know.
But now it's already like our chat was just fueled by speculation of like, right, what's happening then? How's this going to work? Because he's just fought Gunther at Saturday Night's main event.
Yep.
Are we getting Jey versus Cody? All I can say is
Jey versus Cody.
It's insane, it's unpredictable, and it is nothing but enthralling because you have to tune in to find out what happens next.
Yep.
And what's CM Punk's favour and how does that affect everything? Are we getting Punk versus Roman versus Seth in a triple threat? And is that going to main event over the world title? Or Tiffany Strand versus Charlotte Flair? Is that going to get a main... Who's Cody facing? Where's The Rock? What's going on?
What's John Cena doing? There's a couple of things you can kind of guess through this, like Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns for one.
Yes.
Heavily interacting in the Royal Rumble. You can very much see them pairing off to go towards WrestleMania.
Priest and Drew,
that was the other one. Like as sort of
Braun and Jacob,
like mid-card WrestleMania matches that have like quite big names in them. Like that's something for them to do. But you've got the likes of, I assume Punk's just going to go after Cody, like just normally. But then what does Owens do at Mania? maybe Owens just dead now because of that ladder match.
Does
Who
Owens
knows?
come back and cost Sami Zayn, even though he was there?
Exactly. What does Sami Zayn do in all of this?
I don't have all the
And
answers,
now you've
guys.
got to put Jey Uso in one of the matches. So are you doing Jey Uso versus Gunther again, even though you did it on Saturday Night's main event? But maybe you're going to go down the route of like, oh, I just need one more shot at you and I'll get you. And then you can't have Jey Uso win the Royal Rumble and then lose again to Gunther for a second time. So are you going to put the title on Jey Uso?
I don't know.
What is going on?
I can't believe what we've just seen at the end of this Royal Rumble, but it has certainly sparked conversation.
It's done that. It's definitely done that.
And we said it going in, one of the most unpredictable Royal Rumbles has certainly been unpredictable. Well, 50% of it has been unpredictable.
Yeah.
Let us know your thoughts. Let us know where we go from here, because I don't bloody know. In the comments, like, share, subscribe. We'll bring you all the fallout from this over the coming days. We'll be reviewing it in more detail on Monday on the What Culture Wrestling Podcast YouTube channel. But for the time being, that was the Rumble, guys. And
let us know what you think.
Tomorrow's another day.
Because we got nothing.
Bye.